Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be looking at the Power Rangers collab with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Morphed April O'Neil and Morphed Michelangelo. Now, it has been a while since we looked at Shredder as well as Raphael, so this is a continuation from it. This looks okay. Like, I generally was like, oh, okay. Now, I will state this, I really don't think the red eyes needed to be on these figures, because I just generally don't think it worked. I much would have preferred them not to have it, but oh well, what can we do? So we have the lovely April O'Neil, as we see here. We have Michelangelo in his turtle form. And then we have the rendered at the back, where it's basically April as well as Michelangelo. It looks more, yeah, it definitely looks like a massive cat. I know it's saber-tooth tiger. Then we have Michelangelo there. At the top it says Power Rangers Lightning Collection Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then at the bottom it is just the same. Anyway, let's open up these two and have a look inside. This is everything that you get here. So rather than show all the accessories at the end, I'm just going to show you because some of them I do kind of want to keep in there. So you get 2 Power Dagger nunchucks, you get 4 extra hands, you get the accessory right there for the lightning effect, you get the open blade blaster. Then you've got the head for April O'Neil, Michelangelo. You get a camera, which I think is really cool. You get the powered up bow arrow thing to show. You get the powered up arrow, the power bow, which is a different color than the rest, 2 sets of hands, or 2 different hands, and then you get the arrow itself. Microphone, if I didn't say it, but yeah, kind of really cool for what you get. There just seems to be a lot of just accessories for them. I thought I'd get April out of the way because we've already seen multiple Pink Rangers. It is pretty much the same. It's kind of weird after seeing the remastered version and we don't see like the lines going around the belt. It's kind of a big thing, I reckon, but it's pretty much the same. There's some paint obviously that's kind of scraped onto her, which I'm a little bit annoyed at, but again, the figure's quite old, so I'm not going to really complain. Then we've got the kind of the diamond on her cuffs as well as on the boots. And again, it's just the basic MMPR Ranger. If you didn't have her at all and you got this set, then obviously you now have the Pink Ranger. There's no main differences between her and, say, like the others. On the back, you've got slightly discolored on the kind of the butterfly joints. Again, very, very simple. Let's do the articulation test right now. So the feet kind of move like normal. Bends quite okay. Moves around. Doesn't really move back. Like, it feels like you could push it back and it would crack, but there's not really much articulation. Hands or the arms go up, hands move around. The hands move around there. Very simple. Bring in the arms like so. Like that. And the head turns around as normal. So again, this is very much the same as the standard one. There is no major difference. Even when looking at it looks like they've got a pterodactyl, but it looks like a deformed dragon. Don't know why. But yeah, like there's also some paint scraps as well. It's not the best Pink Ranger figure, but it is one if you wanted to get it and not, you know, and a turtle at the same time. Here is Michelangelo. Now, I really wish there was an Orange Ranger because I feel like he would have got orange straight away. Like in Mighty Morphin, that is, we know that there are Orange Rangers, but just looking at him, he looks beefy. He looks pretty cool. I don't know why they decided to give him and the others the dragon powers where he's got the bands around his arms. I haven't seen the comic for a while, so if you know, please let me know down below in the comments. But I really like the fact that you can put his nunchucks into his... Oh, that looks really weird. Like, that looks really weird. I'm guessing this is what you do. This is the only place for them. That to me, no, we're not doing that. I don't like that. But looking at the helmet, you've got the red eyes, which I don't feel like should be there. I generally really like the kind of the diamond in the middle of the chest, which is gold, as well as, to be fair, this is a beefy figure. Like, you could definitely like take this apart and make, say, like Hyperforce yellow or something like that. On the back of the shell is very, like, even though it's basic and very kind of plain, it works really well for them. I really like this. Even the muscles on the figure look really kind of like spot on. Now, I don't know if this is on yours as it's on mine, but I don't like the fact that it feels like this has just been pulled straight from the mold and it's got a little bit of damage and they haven't really kind of touched up with the correct paint. But apart from that, I mean, even looking at his shoes, like, you can see that it has like what the Ninja Turtles feet is like, but also if you're doing it ninja wise, you've also got those type of ninja shoes which look really, really cool. But yeah, this guy is beefy and bulky as hell, and I really like this. Let's do the articulation test on him as well. So you can move it up. I've just noticed there's a little bit of yellow paint. Again, not really that bothered. Why is it that you have to have so much fight with the knees as well? It's the one thing that really gets me. So yeah, you can, it just feels like they're gonna break so much. Yeah, probably you can put a hairdryer, which I don't think you should do, but you can probably ease the joints. So moves like that, moves like that. Doesn't really have any articulation to move down, which is a bit of a shame. But let's move his arms up, like so. Hands turn around. I really like that it's not like normal hands, it's just like what we see with the turtles normally, so I kind of like that. So you can turn the head around like so. Bring in the arms. Again, like, it's just been pulled from the mold and they've not really changed much. You can bring the arms in if you want, like so. Bring them down. And then turn the head around. So not a bad figure for the articulation for him. This really annoys me. This really does annoy me because I've been trying to get Michelangelo's head on for a while, and it's a simple ball joint. It shouldn't be that hard to pop on his head and have it click into place. Like, so that is the best you're gonna get. I really feel like the head should have been for Michelangelo a lot bigger because it kind of doesn't, to me at least, fall in the proportions of what it should be. I feel like it really does annoy me, but again, what can I do? April's face looks okay. I haven't seen the comic for a long time, so I don't know if it's spot on, but it's not bad for what it is. I just generally really hate the fact that his head doesn't stay on or can't even click. Again, it really, really irritates me when that sort of thing happen. Sort your shit out, Hasbro, sort your shit out. One thing I really do like in this pack is that you do get the camera. I think that looks really, really cool, to be fair. I think something like that really works with April, and I'm glad that they added to it. The only thing is, I really wish there was a dedicated hand that was either attached to it at all times or that you could take off like all the time. Because to me personally, that's something that it could easily be fixed, but I really like the fact that they added this in. It's a really nice little like kind of extra piece to this. So yeah, nice job for that. I do generally think that's kind of cool. But yeah, let's do the end of the review and kind of talk about it. And there are Michelangelo and April O'Neil as Power Rangers. Like, I like where they're going, and I feel like for Helmet Collective versions, you're not going to really change the heads over to have Michelangelo like grinning like anything, which again is absolutely fine. But to me, I feel like apart from the head not fitting on properly, I do generally think they're really nice figures. Now, for the price that I paid for them, I think at the time it was like maybe like £14 for both, you know, for the set. And I like that because that's what I think these figures are worth. The fact is that, yeah, we got another Kimberly type figure, even though this is April, but it just feels like it was their way of saying, hey, we just want to get rid of more Pink Rangers, like to sell you more Pink Rangers and stuff like that, which again is fine if that's the case for it. But for me personally, I wasn't a huge fan of this. Like, again, they're good figures, don't get me wrong, but I feel like we could have had other like other figures to take this place rather than going to turtles. But again, I know people love the turtles, so they may absolutely love this. For me personally, it's not really something that I would want. I only got it because I wanted to review them. I wanted to add them to the collection of trying to get all the Lightning Collection figures, which is now seemingly to be harder. But still, this probably wasn't something that I would want to, like, if I wasn't collecting them, these were ones that I would completely skip. Nice figures, but not my cup of tea mainly. But yeah, I am going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Do you have these figures? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this sort of content, hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn on all notifications, and why not check out the Patreon as well as the channel memberships. And of course, there's the merchandise. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat, Kira Stanada. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。